is Matthew Blackman. I am the acting director of the ABA and the editor of ARTsouthAFRICA. My intention was essentially to, let the two people know that there were concerns developing in the art world as to how the practices that they seem to be pursuing are slightly worrying in many circles. A lot of people have been suggesting that they're slightly worried, and it's something that I've followed and also believe that there is a slight discrepancy in the way they are going about formulating the museum, and it was just something that I felt very strongly about and felt that this needed to be voiced. And that perhaps me being the editor of ARTsouthAFRICA, it was a good position to voice that, rather than coming from artists whose careers they may feel might be compromised. I think that, obviously the history of South Africa and the history of Africa, one of colonialism and apartheid, has been one that has been essentially the history of exclusion. And what I'm concerned with at Zeitz is that it seems in some bizarre manner to be kind of replicating this in the fact that there is only one person making a decision on their view on what contemporary art Africa is, and that it would exclude other notions that exist out there as to particularly an identification of what Africa is, which is a very protean term, and it concerns me that it's one person's opinion, and that one person's opinion would exclude, by the very definition of opinion, and that's essentially my concern, that I feel that there are many voices and artistic voices within Africa, and a museum such as Zeitz should be aware of that, and that they would be involved in a practice of exclusion. They might not feel that they are, but and even if they are, even if that is one that is justifiable, that they have to think about it very carefully, and that one person's thinking cannot dominate over the rest. I think what they can do is consult with the rest of the industry. I mean, there are various institutions like the ABA, like Great Wall Street, like the Bag Factory, that are involved in development, and that they should be including those people's opinion in ideas of development. And to be quite honest, I don't really see much coming out of the museum at the moment that has any specific focus on development as such, and it worries me. Maybe they do have a plan, maybe they do have a very well-formulated plan, but essentially my call was to reveal what they have and to reveal what they're going to do. And it could very well be that they just haven't released what they're doing, but as far as I could tell, and at the Zeitz Marker Ball, things seemed very untransformed to me, and I felt that needed to be voiced. My hopes for the project is that the museum will be an academic process, that it will essentially be a museum that we can be proud of as Africans, and one that will engage with the rest of this notion of what is Africa. And I think it could be an incredibly positive thing, and I think it really needs an academic focus. Like most museums, it's engaged with ideas, and these ideas may be contested ideas, but it must develop a strong idea as to what these ideas of Africa actually are. And essentially, I think this could be a very, very positive thing, and I really hope it will be.